This is A Better Way Financial, the podcast with financial advisors and father-son team Frank and Frankie Guida.
And I'm Heather Branch here with Frank and Frankie asking for their insight on ways you can better prepare for your financial future. ABetterWayFinancial.com is where you can start the conversation about your retirement plan. Again, it's ABetterWayFinancial.com. Fellas, I don't want to get too personal here, but it is always insightful to learn about people's home lifestyles. Because, actually, Frank, you talk about this a lot, how you and Kim, it's very important to you how your personal relationships with the folks that you work with. And so then you very often go to people's houses, and that's when you really get to see who somebody is when you walk into somebody's home, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. You know, we've especially had a lot of folks come to our house. We every year we invite, we do have some clients that come over. And, our board of advisors, actually, we invite
that's made
them
up
over.
Of clients that you work with?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, clients that we work with, and we have them come over and talk to us about what we're doing well, what we can do better. Yeah. We bounce ideas off of them, say, what do you think about this marketing idea? What do you think about that marketing idea? Or any types of ideas, really. We respect our clients, and
sure.
It's been some very, very special times.
Sure.
I've actually had two clients that were wonderful, wonderful people, and they had partied on my back deck more than a couple of times, and two of them have come to me before passing away. They both had cancer, and separate people, and they had told me that it was their goal to be on my deck one last time with us and have fun and that type of thing. So it was really touching to me. So, we really do love our clients, and we do have very, very special relationships with them.
I know. Well, I mean, if you think about the personal nature that is helping somebody take their life savings, I mean, just that alone, the opportunity to do that is some of the most personal work that any of us can do. So take their life savings and then help them use those life savings to live out all the goals they hope to do in their retirement years. I mean, talk about a personal business that you have. So it makes sense that when it comes to the folks you work with, it's like family. And of course, I mean, Frankie is your son. If you're new to the program, Frankie and Frankie Guida, father-son duo of financial advisors and retirement planners. So it really is. It's such a family environment and a family feel for everything that you've worked so hard to build within your office. And one of my favorite parts of getting to work with you guys is the conversations that we get to have before we go on the air, on the radio. I love listening to the two of you.
A lot of laughs.
There's a lot of laughs. There's a lot of love. There's a little bit of heckling in true parent-child manner. I say it as a proud child of my own two parents, have the same kind of relationship. But just the whole idea of thinking about our homes, thinking about where the heart is, thinking about where the stuff is, gentlemen, because there was this interesting survey talking about Americans and their garages and the whole idea of how full your garage is, not of cars, but of stuff. Yep. So honestly, if I'm being honest, because you guys know my husband and I, we actually moved a couple of months ago, so we're still sorting things out. And if I'm being honest, neither of us can park in the garage right now because we have just boxes and stuff that I've got to organize and get rid of. How about you two? Can you park in your garages?
I moved in, how long ago?
2004, 2005.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten all the boxes out of the garage.
Listen. All right, so so then my goal is going to be at least I have 20 years. That's you've set the new standard for me, Frank. Thank you very much. So this new survey by Black & Decker actually was talking about Americans, and they're saying that their garage is so cluttered. Listen, you're not alone, Frank. Neither am I. Their garage is the junkiest space in their house, and it blocks any vehicle from being parked in at. But here's an interesting perspective, thinking about, again, going back to what we were talking about, financial planning and retirement planning, the work that you do, how personal it is, but also how crazy cluttered it can get. Unbeknownst to us, hardworking, saving Americans, we come to you. I actually even heard somebody refer to a lot of people walk in with what is essentially their financial junk drawer when they first start the retirement planning process. So how do you help us figure this out?
Well, the problem is, like we accumulate junk in the garage. Yeah. We accumulate junk in our portfolio. Yeah. Yeah. And so many folks do. And it's wonderful when they do come in here because we get to sort it all out for them. We actually sit down and we take it apart. We look at the entire portfolio. We look at all the investments. Whatever types of annuities they have, whatever types of market investments, are they performing to where they want to be? Are there fees in there? Are there fees that they don't know about in there? All of these different things. People just don't know until they come in. I mean, we have all the tools to make that information gathering thing easier. Once they give us our statements, we run the history on their investments, and it really is wonderful, and it opens their eyes. I mean, some folks, we can show them how to get higher returns. Some folks, their risks are way out of whack with what they feel their risk tolerance is, and they don't even realize it. There are some folks that are paying so much more in fees that it's crazy. They have no idea because they're inside the investments themselves. We had this wonderful couple came in. He was 69, she was 72. They were both retired. They had an annuity in that portfolio that was paying them $22,200 a year. Okay. And it was guaranteed to pay him that for as long as the husband lived. Once he died, it was gone. Because of the way interest rates have gone, simply by changing out that annuity, from transferring the value inside that annuity from that annuity to a newer annuity with the higher, obviously, interest rate environment, instead of $22,200 a year, the insurance company guaranteed them $35,200 a year for as long as either one of them lived.
Really?
If these folks hadn't come in, they would have missed out on that.
Right, $13,000 each year for the rest of their lives. If they're living another 20 years, that's $260,000. That's a huge difference over the course of their retirement. Just one investment. That's not even the whole portfolio. And we were just starting the decluttering. We just took one of the boxes out, and we were able to make this type of difference. We looked at the rest of the portfolio. They had bonds in their portfolio that were getting them a 4% coupon rate per year, but have been consistently losing money each of the past 4 years.
Right.
So it hasn't been doing well, especially with the interest rate climbing environment. They had a variable annuity that was charging them 3.5% per year in fees every year. Their portfolio as a whole was averaging less than 6.5%. And had a max drawdown of 36%. So if the stock market crashed, they could go down as much as 36%, which was beyond their risk tolerance. They wanted to take about half of that risk. So we put them in a position, we showed them how they could set up their portfolio, have the relatively same rate of return with a max drawdown cut nearly in half. So 17% instead of 36%. So cutting that significantly for them. So this is the type of work that we can do. We can show how to set up a portfolio so that you're within your risk tolerance. You're not taking more risk than you feel comfortable with.
Got it. Yeah.
And then also showing how do we set up the investments so that you're optimizing it over the course of your retirement. Can you get more money out of your annuity? Can you lower some of the fees in some of the investments?
And then, we look at everything. We looked at their Social Security. He had already started his, but we told him, look, for her, it's better to start it at 67. That would provide her with $110,000 more throughout their retirement than if she started at 63.
Got it.
We looked at the tax planning. We did the tax planning for them. We were able to show them how to save $1.3 million in taxes just themselves. And when they pass on, another $300,000 in savings for their daughters. And you know what's cool? When we analyzed the fees that they were paying, they were going to pay $13,600 more in fees than they would be if they just switched over to us.
Is that $13,000 each year in fees they were paying average? Wow.
Each year.
Wow.
And that's considering if the portfolio doesn't grow.
Yeah.
If the portfolio grows, it's even more.
Right.
So tremendous differences.
Yeah, so by putting it all together, by having everything set up the right way for them, we were able to show them that they could live on $180,000 of income per year, which was their goal. And their current investments only had a 76% probability of success, being able to have that income coming in each year. We were able to show them how to get 90% probability of success. So a strong confidence situation with those investments.
Well, going from essentially a C+ plan to an A plan is a big difference.
It's going to make a huge difference. Yeah. Absolutely. I prefer the A to the C any day of the week.
Yes, we all would.
And you know, by setting up the portfolio the right way, that's what we were able to do. We were able to show them how to save money in taxes, how to develop an income plan so that they're able to get the income the right way from the right investments, as well as optimizing some of those investments, making sure that they're able to get the most income out of their annuities, making sure that they're able to lower their risk in their portfolio to where it makes sense for them. So if you don't have a strategy to be able to get you the income that you need over the course of your retirement, you don't know when you're going to be able to turn on your Social Security, what makes the most sense for you if you have a pension. If you don't have a strategy in place that's able to save you the money in fees or what you're paying in taxes over the course of your lifetime, if you don't have everything ironed out, you need to go to abetterwayfinancial.com and click on the sign up now button so we can show you how we can make these improvements in your situation.
We also have links posted in the show notes. If it's more convenient, you can just click there, or again, find us anytime, abetterwayfinancial.com.
Thanks for listening to A Better Way Financial, the podcast with Frank and Frankie Guida. To learn more, visit abetterwayfinancial.com and join the Guidas for the radio show, A Better Way Financial, Saturdays at noon and Sundays at 12:30 on News Radio 790 WAEB. By contacting us, we'll review aspects of your retirement portfolio to include suggestions about how best to utilize estate, tax, and retirement planning strategies and other financial services, or if changing management styles is appropriate for your specific needs and objectives. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendations to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate, and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. A Better Way Financial is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any client experiences discussed during this show are unique to that client, and they are not meant to imply or suggest you will experience the same results. Advisory services offered through A Better Way Financial. Insurance offered through licensed professionals at A Better Way Financial. Pennsylvania Insurance License number 301779.